Right, guys. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about this Bitcoin, this Bitcoin, because I made this post on my Twitter. I made this thread whereby I predicted the price of Bitcoin going down based on this analysis I did there. This is why I predicted it. Hold on, let me slide into the technical analysis I made on Bitcoin. And this is the post I made. Let me open the thread. Yeah, guys, just hold on a minute. Let's let it load. So as you all know, Bitcoin halving is in 2 days, and we don't know currently now, we don't know the direction that Bitcoin is going to go, whether after the halving is going to go down or is going to go up. But normally, based on the previous halving, I think Bitcoin have had three halvings, and each halvings happen at interval of every 4 years. Every 4 years, that's when Bitcoin will have its halving. And that halving now is a time or a situation, is a time whereby Bitcoin miners are going to receive their reward. It's whereby Bitcoin miners it's going to be split into half. That's just simply Bitcoin halving. So I made this post on Bitcoin halving right here, whereby I say Bitcoin created a symmetrical triangle chart pattern, and close to the recent high is the liquidity that price has to clear. You understand? Although everyone is anticipating a massive breakout, because let me open the chart for you guys to see. So this is the chart now. Like, this is actually a symmetrical triangle, which we're going to be anticipating a breakout when we see this kind of pattern in the chart. So right here now, Bitcoin created this pattern, and up here, I noticed that there's a candlestick liquidity resting above, and I expect Bitcoin to still go back up and grab this liquidity. So this is what I see. I see this as a liquidity whereby price can just go there, grab the liquidity, and still go downwards. You understand? So although chart doesn't lie, I know we're all expecting the market to go up. We're expecting Bitcoin to pump so that other altcoins and can also follow up with the movement. Even me personally, I've invested a lot in this bull run. I know the amount. I've invested a lot of both all my time, both mentally and financially. I've invested a lot in this Bitcoin and this bull run. And believe me, you don't want the price of Bitcoin to go up than the way I do. So currently now, I saw this and I was anticipating Bitcoin to grab liquidity, and that's what it actually did. So right here now, this is the second post. So I said, next, we see price advance. You see price advances, therefore creating a breakout projection. Some say it's breakout, some say it's liquidity grab. I say you should comment below what you think. So right here now, we'll see the price of Bitcoin coming up here, and it's grabbed the liquidity. Most people now are going to refer to this as a breakout of this symmetrical triangle, but why most people is going to call it liquidity grab. So personally, I feel like this is actually a liquidity grab because the candlestick did not really close above it. You understand? So this is actually a daily candlestick. So based on this breakout now, this liquidity grab, if it's actually a breakout, then we're supposed to see the next daily candle to advance and also create more impulsive move. We're going to be seeing more buying pressure to the upside, but we did not see that. Rather, what we saw was this. Okay, so right here now, I said moving further, we see price start declining, which is making the last impulsive move seems like a fake out, like a fake breakout. Now we have a trend line below around 65,500. If price respects the trend line, we might see a bounce to the upside and might create a new all-time high. This is what I said here. And when I made this is actually a live chat when I made this post, and I was anticipating the price of Bitcoin because this is actually a trend line because we see price move up here, came down, respect this trend line, move up here, still come down, and somehow find a support at this area. So currently now I was expecting, or let me say I was anticipating the price of Bitcoin to come down to this zone and then bounce up. That's if it's going to happen. Otherwise, just like I say, if it did not happen, then we're going to see a situation whereby Bitcoin is going to break out from this point and then start going down lower. So at this point now, this is no longer a breakout. Just like I said, this is actually a fake out. It's actually a liquidity grab. Market just came to clear the liquidity at this point here, the build up liquidity that is just at this point, clear out all the whole stop loss of the retail traders, and then it moves downwards. You understand? So currently now, this next post, I said that let's see. I said, but if the price breaks the trend line, which we don't pray for, because me personally, I don't pray for it. But if the price eventually breaks this trend line, which we don't pray for, but chart will still be charts, meaning that technical analysis doesn't lie. We are don't be a papa game market. We'll not say, okay, because we want the market to want the price of Bitcoin to go up, and then we will just be negligent, we'll just neglect what the chart is showing us, because clearly it's showing me that if price break out, the next demand zone, the next point of interest is at this point here. So that's when I said if price breakout, you see, I made it here. If price breakout, we're going to see a by price breakout retest, and then it's going to head lower. I don't think there's any reasonable point of interest, or maybe there's a fair value gap, but let's see. But this demand zone is actually stronger, and it might attract price to head down lower to this point. So that's why I said then we might be seeing a massive fallout to the next major point of interest around $52,000 before seeing a massive push upwards. So for those of you that are like that have bought many coins for this bull run, I know most of you might have been panicking that okay, what's going on? The price of these coins are going lower, but don't panic. Don't panic. The halving is in 2 days, and let's just hope that price. The only prayer I just have now is that anything that makes Bitcoin to get to this 52,000, because I think the current price of Bitcoin now is around $60,000 now. Anything that makes Bitcoin to get to this point of interest, let's just pray that it's actually valid and Bitcoin is going to push upward, just like I predicted it here. So, what is the next post? I think this is the last post. Okay, let's see. But please, guys, am I being heard? Can you guys hear me or see me? Hope I'm not just talking to myself. Please hold on. Okay, so this is the last one. If price breaks out of the trend line and the symmetrical triangle pattern, this will be the new projection for Bitcoin. But let's keep our finger crossed and stay positive. And this is just my own view. This is just my own perspective. So always do your own research. So this is the final analysis I did here based on the current price action you get. So right here, we see Bitcoin. I predicted it because this low now is now a liquidity and inducement. Is now liquidity and inducement. So if price breaks out from this trend line, if price fails to hold this trend line, I'm expecting it to come down here and then retest, and then come down, take out this liquidity, then tap into this point of interest before going back up or creating the all-time high. So currently now, let's dive into the current price of Bitcoin to see if my analysis is correct. So now this is actually the live price of BTC. Yeah, guys. So just like you all can see in this video, this is actually exactly as I said. This is exactly as I predicted it to be. You understand? So as you can see right here, we see Bitcoin breaks out of this trend line. I think this is the, let me go to the daily time frame. Let me go to, because that analysis I made earlier on was on the daily time frame. Yeah. Yeah, just like you see here, Bitcoin break this trend line and then it went up to retest. The retest is not very clear, but just like as you saw on the 4 hour time frame that I'm just coming out from now, you see that price retest and it's actually heading downwards now. So I think based on price action, this is actually a support zone. I can call this a support zone here. I can call this a support zone here. And I think at this point now, retail traders now are going to be praying that, okay, Bitcoin should find some kind of support from this zone and then head back up and push back upwards. Otherwise, chart doesn't lie. My analysis still stands. Bitcoin is going to come down to this low here. Come down to this low here. This not low, this inducement liquidity, because this is actually liquidity, is going to head down there and then is going to grab the liquidity, come into this point of interest, because this is actually a valid demand zone and it's actually strong and it can attract price lower, can attract price to come down lower and tap into this zone before moving back to the upside. You understand? So currently now, I don't want you guys to panic if this actually happened, because currently now, even me, my portfolio is sinking, my portfolio is dipping based on I've actually invested a lot, just like I've said, I've invested a lot in this bull run, but still yet, CZ said if you can't hold, you can't be rich, you can't make it in life. So I'm not planning to sell. I see most people, they are just rushing to sell their coins that they've buy. Me, actually, I'm just only looking for an opportunity to buy more. So as the price of all these coins keep on going lower, I'm going to still look for a way to buy the dip and continue with the trend. One thing again, this coming bull run now, why the only reason why it's going to be different is because um, the previous bull run, just like I said, each bull run happens every 4 years. So this bull run now, the previous bull run, there is no such thing like ETF. I don't know if you all know what ETF means. Just go and make your research on ETF. So I don't know. That's the only thing that might be a change based on what market has done before in the previous bull run, what price have done. In the previous bull run, I think the last bull run was 2016 or 2018 or 2020. Sorry, 2020. So we see Bitcoin do almost more than 1,000%. More than 1,000% are correct. Yes. So let's hope that this coming bull run now wouldn't be an exception. You understand? So I think that will be the end of this video. So some important things you need to take note of is hold your tokens, hold your coins, and there are some things I would like to share with you guys. There are some things I would like to share with you guys that are here, and these are like important factors you need to take note during this bull run. Like, for example, now this bull run, there's going to be a lot of scammers because there are going to be people that are just looking for different means, different funny ways to just take your money or to just steal from you. So do not click any link that you see that is going to like relate to your wallet. Don't click any link. Make sure you keep your 12 recovery phrase saved, your seed phrase. Make sure you keep them saved. Make sure your password for your centralized exchanges, make sure they are intact. You are aware of them. If you know you've forgotten your password, just simply go now and don't forget password. You create a new password that you know you're going to remember, just in case maybe your phone got spoiled or stolen. Not like we're praying for that to happen, but we know things always occur. So make sure you don't click any link. Make sure you've got your password intact. Make sure your secret recovery phrase is safe and intact, and I think there are more things I would like to share with you guys. So yeah, that's just pretty much everything. So I think that's going to be the end of this video. I pray you guys find this video a bit interesting and understandable. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching.